In this video, I'm taking a look at the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron AT-ST. Let's jump right into it. Hey everyone, my name is Christopher. Welcome to Seriously Star Wars. On this channel I do weekly Star Wars reviews, so if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Alright, so today I'm taking a look at the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron AT-ST. This is made by a company called Jazzwares. I haven't heard of them before up until seeing reviews on this line of vehicles and figures, so I guess we'll see how it is when we open it up. But finally came across these up here in Canada, or at least in my neck of the woods in Edmonton here. Came across them like early September, so they are starting to finally show up in stores. The only ones they had was this one, the AT-ST, and then they had the TIE Fighter and the Genevic Starfighter, and then some of the blind boxes or the mystery boxes or whatever you call them. So I did pick up this one and one mystery box. If you saw my Star Wars haul video for September 2022, they are in that haul video as well, so go check that out as well to see the rest of my haul. It was a really good haul that last month there, but yeah, I'm really happy to see these things finally hitting the shelves. Hopefully we see some of the larger vehicles. I would love to get my hands on the Slave 1 and the Razor Crest, and even the Millennium Falcon looks really awesome. But let's take a look at the packaging here. So as far as the packaging goes for the Micro Galaxy Squadron AT-ST, it's got the Micro Galaxy Squadron logo front and center there. It's got the AT-ST right below it, so that would be the vehicle name would be there. I guess it's number 009 in the collection. It's got the Jazzwares logo in the bottom right corner there. And then you got the AT-ST pilot or driver in its own little bubble, and an image of how he fits in the AT-ST there. On the card you got the Star Wars logo in the top left corner. Top right corner you got that launch edition sticker, that gold metallic launch edition sticker with the Millennium Falcon there. So that's really cool. And then on the side of the left side of the card, it's got Series 1. So this is the first series of the Micro Galaxy Squadron lineup. And if you can see inside the bubble, there is some really nice artwork there with the AT-ST in the background firing at what looks to be some troop transports in the foreground there. And it looks like part of a battle scene that you can maybe collect the cards and connect. I'm not too sure, but it's some very nice artwork for sure. Moving on to the back side of the card though, you have kind of a collectible blueprint that you can cut out of the AT-ST, so I think I might try and save that if I can. And then you got a couple of features of the AT-ST right there. So it swivels 180 degrees, and then there's some points of articulation there in the legs there as well. 3 points of articulation there. It's got AT-ST there, another picture of it, and then the name right there as well. So that's pretty cool. It's got some Arabic writing on it. I'm not quite sure what that says, so if anyone knows what that says, let me know in the comments. I would love to know what that says. And then there's show some other vehicles in this wave. So you got what they're calling, I guess these are the light armor class vehicles from what I can see. So you got the TIE Fighter and the Genevic Starfighter, which is Asajj Ventress's Starfighter. And then you got a couple of chase variants. So you got the Outland TIE Fighter, which I believe comes with Moff Gideon, and then the AT-ST from the Mandalorian with those red feet and red bits of paint on it. So very cool. But let's get this thing open and take a closer look at it. Alright, so there's the back of the card. There's another look at the little collectible blueprint. I'm not too sure if I'm going to keep that. I might cut that out and set that aside. I'm not too sure. We'll see. But let's get the ATST out of the packaging. And it comes with a like a nice little backdrop, which looks like it's a continuation of the background there. So it looks like it's maybe a piece. Maybe you can save these and make a diorama. I'm not too sure, but it's included in the package there. It's sitting at the bottom, so you could set the ATST on the ground in front of that. So that's kind of cool. That's a neat addition to have in the packaging as well. But let's get the ATST out of the packaging here. Oh, something just popped off there. Looks like, okay, just the blaster from the side popped off there. The ATST was in there really snug, so definitely be careful when you're taking this thing out. But that just plugs right back in there, so that's fine. That's all good and dandy. Before we take a look at the actual ATST itself, let's take a look at the driver here. Alright, so there is the little ATST driver in his own little bubble. Very cool. I believe he's about the same scale as the Micro Machines Action Fleet figures, so I think he's about like 1 inch or something like that tall. So let's get him out of the packaging so we can get a closer look at him. But the detail on it, from what I can tell, quite a bit of detail for a figure this small. But let's get him out of his little bubble. Let's free him out of there. Alright, so there is the little ATST driver right there, out of the bubble. And as I was saying, quite a bit of detail on this little guy. Like, for how big this guy is, they did a pretty decent job on the paint application on this guy, I think. Like I said, I think he's about like 1 inch tall, about the same size as the Micro Machines Mission Fleet, or sorry, Micro Machines Action Fleet vehicles and figures. So I think they're to scale for that. But yeah, no, really decent job on the paint application on this guy. He is super teeny tiny though, so I am almost afraid of losing this little guy. So, but very cool figure. Let's take a look at the ATST, because that's very detailed. Alright, so here is the ATST, and like I said, very detailed. There you got a nice wash on it to make it look like it's been through some battles, some dirt and some mud there. So I like that. That looks very nice. And you can see all the little mechanical details, like in the legs there. You can see all the mechanical details on the side of the head, the back of the head, or the cockpit or whatever. Little mechanical details. If I turn the head that way, you can see it on the back there as well. So very nicely detailed little figure. This thing, if I had to guess, is probably about like 6 inches tall, maybe 4 inches to 6 inches tall, if I had to guess. But very cool looking vehicle. Definitely very detailed. Like even the hatch there that opens up, you got the this little hatch. If I can get it open. Even inside, quite detailed. There is only room for one pilot though. I was under the impression that the ATST could fit 2 people in it, like a pilot and a gunner. I was under that impression, but I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if that is not the case. But that's what I was under the impression for. So of course, so you got the little hatch there that opens up. You can put the guy in there. We'll put him in later. But articulation-wise, the legs they swivel at the body there. They got a joint right here, and then you got another joint down at the bottom at the foot there. So foot, knee, I guess, and then at the top of the leg. So pretty decent articulation, I think, for this guy. And then again, the head moves 180 degrees. It is limited by the back there, so it only goes 180 degrees, but that's okay. Very cool vehicle though, definitely very cool. I'm not too sure how it is to scale to like the other ships in this series, because as I mentioned, I was under the impression it fit two people inside the cockpit. I was under the impression there was a gunner and a pilot in these things, but again, whoop, that just popped off there, which is okay. Look, it just pops back in that hole. All is good. But yeah, I was under the impression it fit two people in the cockpit, but perhaps I'm wrong. So if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. Definitely let me know in the comments. But look how awesome this thing looks. Like I said, very detailed. I love the wash on this thing. Gives it this worn look. Doesn't make it look brand new, you know. It's not meant to look brand new. It's meant to look like it's been through some battles, you know. So that's pretty cool. But let's get the pilot in the cockpit there. So we can put him in there, and he kind of just sits in there. He doesn't sit in there snugly. He just sits in there kind of loose, but he does sit in there, so you don't have to worry about losing him. Let's see how it stands on the table here. So yeah, I think it stands relatively well. I think that'll stand pretty good. No, I think it stands pretty well on the table for sure. So that's gonna look really nice on display, I think. Definitely want to get some more of these guys. Like I said, I do have one of the mystery boxes to unbox in my next video there, so stay tuned for that as well. But yeah, no, this really like this line so far. I think this class of ship, or this scale of ship, what was it, like 20 some odd bucks or so? So I mean, not cheap, but I did want to get this guy. I did want to get at least one of these Micro Galaxy Squadron ships. If I see some of the bigger ones, I'll probably try and get those, like the Millennium Falcon and the Slave One and the Razor Crest, because they look absolutely awesome. But this guy is very, very cool. So if you guys don't have the ATST, the Micro Galaxy Squadron ATST, definitely go out and pick this up. It is very cool. Very cool piece to add to the collection. But let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think of the Micro Galaxy Squadron ATST? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and then click to watch one of my other reviews. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.